Peace Internet, it's me Vonnie, aka Davon Raymond. Today I want to bring you a lazy vlog. Sorry, the window's open. It is a little steamy in here, so definitely you're going to hear some car noises, some truck coon passing by, and some birds too, which is very, very pretty and appropriate for the season as we're just cracking into summer. So there's a couple of things I want to talk to you guys about today. One of those things being the struggle that I go through whenever I want to record a video in my house, because I live at home with my mother and my brothers, and then sometimes my niece when she comes to visit, and then I want to talk to you guys about me and my Japanese language learning journey and the update with that. So first we'll just cut to the update, and then we'll talk to you about the recording and why you see huge gaps in my lazy vlog post schedule. So for the Japanese, I'm going to be maybe be more appropriate for me to bring up the first aspect. Oh my god. I have signed up for Japanese language learning classes as a true beginner, and I'm very excited about this, and it'll be here in the capital region. Now, of course, I would love to, pay $6,000 and fly to a Japanese language learning school in Japan, in Osaka or something. That would be awesome. But for now, I am living here in the capital, New York, so I'm going to do my best to learn Japanese while I'm here. So we have a capital region language center. I'm sure there are language centers throughout the state, but there is one in the capital region. I'm going to be attending that one, and it's a very small class. It's like 3 to 6 people. It's not a lot of people at all, very intimate. And we're going to be learning Japanese from, I believe, a Japanese native, which is awesome. Like I said, I'm a beginner, though I do practice hiragana and katakana, and I'm starting to break into a little bit of kanji with the Kanji Study app. I recommend it to anybody who has a brain like me that just needs to do like quizzes over and over and over and over again until it's just like permanently just burned into your brain. That's the only way I can learn, is to just keep seeing the same images over and over and over again, keep hearing it pronounced over and over and over again. Same thing like with the job I just started as a lower level manager at a retail store selling licensed products and shirts and graphic tees and whatever the heck, just random house stuff. I learned through just repeating the input over and 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 over again. And then once I've done it like 100 times, now I know exactly where to find the SpongeBob keychains or whatever in the store. If they need to find, a Hello Kitty, pencils. I know exactly where they are because I've had to find them multiple times. So it's the same deal with, with hiragana. Now I basically know every single character in hiragana, but I'm now struggling with katakana. So I struggled through with hiragana, learned them all. Now I'm struggling through with katakana, and I've learned a good amount, and maybe over the next week I will have burned them all into my brain. And then afterward we're going to continue into the kanji, which is exciting. I don't know where my Switch is, my Nintendo Switch, but I posted to Instagram, so I recommend you guys checking out my Instagram, Davon Raymond X. You can follow me over there. I'll leave the link to my socials in the description for this video. But on my Switch, on my Instagram story, I was like, hey guys, I changed my Switch's language to Japanese, which I have, and I've left it at Japanese. And I'm pretty familiar with the Switch UI or whatever, or OS, the Switch OS. I don't know if it's UI or OS, but I'm familiar with the screen and I'm familiar with what the buttons do, so it's not hard to switch from one language to the next because you already know what button does what. But it was really cool to open up a Star Wars, it's like Battle something, I can't remember what it's called now. A Grand something, I can't remember. But it was cool that I could read, Easy, Medium, Hado. I could read all of the, the levels. It was really, really cool to see, like, oh my gosh, I see it says that in katakana, like, I understand. So I want to leave my Switch in Japanese, maybe eventually switch my phone to being in Japanese. And I'm even using a Japanese keyboard as well. Obviously not for English stuff, but for when I want to practice or just mess with the keyboard, I open up my Japanese, katakana, my hiragana keyboard. For some reason, I don't know. I have a Motorola 5G stylus phone, and I cannot get a kanji. Well, there probably isn't going to be a kanji keyboard, but I can't find a kanji keyboard or a katakana keyboard. Anytime I use the system's Japanese keyboard, it always switches to, it just goes right to hiragana. And if you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, in Japanese, they have 3 writing systems: katakana, hiragana, and kanji. Kanji are the same characters as in Mandarin or in Chinese. They're just repurposed for the use of the Japanese language or whatever. So that's pretty cool, right? But anyway, so that's where I'm at right now, using Kanji Study as the app. I've seen YouTube videos of people talking about using Hello Talk, which is a video call service thing. I guess, I don't know, it's an online thing where you can, it's a language exchange app is what it is, but you can chat with people live and do all types of things with it, which is interesting. I've been too afraid to use it, though I have downloaded it. I've been too afraid to use it, just being honest. But I think with the starting of my classes and all of that, it's kind of motivating me to really, like I said, learn as many kanji as I can, learn all of katakana and hiragana, and just have that in my brain so when I step into class, I'm not, a complete baka. I know a couple of things, which would be awesome. And then when I jump on Hello Talk, I can say, konnichiwa, boku wani, boku Devon desu, genki desu ka, which is the most boring, normal textbook conversation of, hello, my name is this, how are you today? It's very boring, but I want to be able to go beyond that, and I don't think this is the correct phrase, but I've watched so many Instagram reels where I'm mixing up a lot of like these Japanese phrases, but I believe it's shigoto, which is work, so shigoto wa ikitaku nai de. So shigoto wa ikitaku nai de. I believe it's probably wrong. Maybe it's not day at the end, and maybe it's not wa in the middle, but what I'm trying to say is I don't want to go to work, and yet yeah, I do have to go to work in a little bit, but I don't want to go to work, and I would love to be able to just express whatever it had, all the ways that I'm expressing myself right now. If I could just translate it into Japanese, it'd be amazing. I would feel very accomplished, and I will once we get to that level. Okay, so I'm basically running out of time here, but I will. So I'm very excited. Japanese Language Center classes are going to be starting in a couple of weeks, and no, I will not be bringing the camera in, but I will be vlogging my experience and talk to you about everything, which I'm so very excited about that. So why have I not been recording as much and posting for lazy vlogs or basically anything lately? I've been working really hard, working this new retail job as a lower level manager. We're building our management team. We just got 2 new managers in, which means now I can be more free to do just different type of work at the job, which is awesome. Genuinely, actually, very happy about that. Like, I don't have to put so much on my plate. Not that my boss ever put like so much on my plate, but kind of indirectly did. It's not her fault, but we just didn't have the staff. So, I mean, for a while it was, okay, so the only management and key holders for this location are the store manager and you, the new guy who just started. So it was kind of a lot. So I've been working a lot, 40-hour weeks, that type of deal. So that has made me a little bit more tired. I'm working throughout the day, so I'm either getting home late or whatever. So there hasn't really been a lot of like, let me go record. Now, part of the issue here is that I am recording most times, right, at home. Now, I'm in my bedroom, I'm comfortable, whatever. But here's the problem, right? I live at home with my brothers and with my mother. And while every single person in this house knows I do YouTube and they're all supportive of me pursuing YouTube or pursuing Japanese, pursuing anything, they just want to see me pursue something, which I feel the same about them, and it's really cool, and I love the support and all of that. However, I can remember Mamrie Hart, if you guys are familiar with her. She's a YouTuber, comedian, cook, author, many things. But she talked about in previous podcast episodes, from her This Might Get Weird podcast that she does with Grace Helbig. She talked about how she will ask her now fiance, but at the time boyfriend, to not be within earshot of her when she's recording her podcast. I'm assuming a video too, but especially when she's like doing a podcast, like she doesn't want other people to hear what she's doing. It's funny because it's kind of like we are doing this intimate thing that's in our bedroom or in our office, but then it's very much like public. It's like the intimate yet public kind of relationship. And when you have your actual family or whoever, or neighbors, which I care less about neighbors, but more so about family, hearing me talk about these things, it feels very uncomfortable. It feels like I can't fully express myself how and when I would like to. I say how because maybe I want to be loud, maybe I want to be silly, maybe I want to talk about hopes and dreams and stuff that I wouldn't dare tell my family, but I'm very comfortable with posting on the internet. That type of stuff. But it's not just what I want to talk about, it's when I want to talk, because I have to respect my family, and they are going to be, walking up and down the stairs throughout the day. They're going to be using the bathroom, which I happen to have a bathroom in the hallway there. So just outside my bedroom door, there's a bathroom door, right? So, people using the bathroom and flushing and taking showers and brushing the teeth and running the sink, brushing their teeth and running the sink. But all of those things, and maybe they want to go to bed because they have to work at 5 or 6 in the morning or whatever it is, whatever. So that means I really shouldn't be recording or streaming like I would in the past. I would stream until 2 in the morning or 3. I would just stream all night, laughing, gaming, having a good old cheery, silly time. But now it's just like, okay, so we really gotta quiet down, especially when my niece, which I want my niece to sleep, come on. When she's here, it's like, okay, all my recording, any fucking thing of being loud or making any noise, after a certain point, it's like, all right, you really gotta calm that down. Otherwise, I'm being a jerk, and it just is what it is. So yeah, and I don't want anybody to have to, feel like they need to shy away from just living their damn lives. I mean, I don't want to have to do that, but I do realize that, there's gonna be some interaction, there's gonna be some butting of the heads, like today, like I was saying earlier, you guys saw me close the windows because a family member was actually outside talking on the phone right there next to my window. So it's just very much like, okay, I am not always going to have the ideal situation to record, and I either have to record anyway, like we're doing in this video, and it is what it is, or I have to allow myself to get worked up and upset, because that's what happened before I recorded this video. I went to all the different rooms in the house, even the back porch, and I was just like, okay, so there's nowhere I can record where it's just like no one's going to be there for a couple of 10 minutes, 15 minutes, unfortunately. So that's something I need to get over, is I need to find a way that I can comfortably still do what I gotta do for the internet while respecting my family and neighbors and my own, comfort. And that's just, it is what it is. So that's why I haven't really been posting or even really streaming like that. When I do stream, Davon Raymond X on Twitch as well as YouTube, but mainly on Twitch lately. But yeah, so I appreciate you guys so much for watching and understanding. Now that you see what's going on, things are going to change rapidly over the next month or so. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I know that things are going to get better, and I'm just things are going to change. I'm working on this Shopify store, which I'm excited to share with you guys. So we have Shopify coming up, which I do already have it, and I do already have like certain things, but I don't want to launch it until it's really like fully ready. And there's also the Japanese language lessons, so we're going to be doing more Japanese content. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to be teaching online or doing any of that stuff, but I want to at least incorporate more of what I do, more Japanese into my lazy vlogs. I mean, to do a full-on lazy vlog in Japanese, that is the goal. That would be amazing. Not in a month, but in some time. That would be awesome. But yeah, I'm going to get going. I thank you so much, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until then, Jane. That means see you later, I'm pretty sure.